song is everything. First thing you need to know when running for a goal, get yourself a playlist that is going to freaking pump you up so that you like are just like, I got this. I own the world. It's going to be amazing. Like that Unstoppable by Sia. Whew, gets me all teary-eyed, right? Okay, well, happy Monday and welcome everybody. I am like vibrating because this call is going to be so amazing today. These topics, like I am just so excited for these tangible, amazing steps that are going to help all of you watching get to those huge goals. We are all here cheering every single one of you on. These last couple months have just been absolutely amazing. So let's just keep riding this momentum train like hoo-hoo. So for those who don't know me, my name is Gloria McLean and I am a platinum leader with Young Living. We are currently running for diamond. So like I am in it with you guys. I am doing all the things you're going to hear about today. Like I'm in the trenches with you. We are all doing this together. You can't do anything without like teamwork makes the dream work. So mwah, best team ever. I wanted to tell you a quick story about myself just because it really ties in to what I get to share with you guys today. So when I decided to really do this business, it was November 2016. I went to an event in Vegas called Network Marketing, or no, GoPro, and that's for network marketing professionals. And I decided at that event that I was going to take this business super serious. I was all in, no more wishy-washy on the hard days. Like, this was it. I'm in for life. I'm running. I told a room full of strangers I was going to be a gold exactly 1 year from that date, which then meant I had to do it because like when you speak it out loud to people, you're kind of accountable. So also write this down. Tell your friends your goals, people that are going to make you accountable to what you say. Okay. That's really important. So I got home and I started working my butt off. I decided I was going to be super coachable. Anybody that had success in this business, I was like, tell me what you're doing and what you're not doing. Because if they weren't doing it, I wasn't going to do it. I wasn't going to waste my time with it. And if they were doing it, I was all in, ready to take action. So we took action every single day, showed up consistently. And November 2017 rolled around and halfway through the month, we were 11,000 OGV away. Okay, that's like a big jump to grow in 1 month. But I had told people every day, like all the time, any chance I could, like we're gonna be a gold team, November 30th, 2017. And I told them and I was like, there's no way I can let this go now because I've told so many people that we are doing it. So I started to run. So here are my tips for you. How did I do it? How did we do it? You're going to hear a lot of other things that I did too from all these other amazing speakers, but here is how I found 8,000 in OGV. Okay, it's crazy, I know, but it was my virtual office, you guys. That virtual office of yours is like, that is so huge, you guys, in your business. There is so much money sitting in there that is just like waiting for you. There's so much OGV waiting. So what I did was I dug into every single account that was on my team. I looked at money missers. So who had volume underneath them, but they hadn't placed an order yet. And I reached out and I was like, did you know that you have like senior star volume underneath you? And if you place an order, you're gonna get a check that will pay for your products. Like, I can't not tell you as a friend, I have to let you know this because you know, that's money on the table. So that really pumped them up. Even people that are almost at star, telling them this, like, you're going to get recognition mail. All you need to do is place an order. All that, like that adds up, you guys. It might sound like, but that's only 100 PV. But if you get like 8 people to do that, like think about that for a minute, right? Let that sink in. That is huge. Who is close to rank? When you're digging, and I want you to go right to the very, very bottom people. Like, I don't like the bottom people. We're all in this together, but like go down and see like, who can I help reach star at like this very baseline in my business? Because if you can help those people rank up to star, that's going to help rank up your senior stars. That's going to help your executives. That's going to help your silvers or wherever you're at in your business, whatever you're running for. That is going to light the fire all the way up the organization. And that causes massive excitement in your whole organization, right? So it's going to help your senior stars stretch further to hit that next goal. It's going to help your star. It's going to help everybody stretch more, reach more, dig more. And that is going to cause like a massive poof in your business. Missed ER orders. This is huge, you guys. Like there is so much, like sometimes I'll see like 23 orders haven't gone through. I'm like, do you guys know how much freaking volume that is? Like, we got to make sure that our people are getting loved on and that that's not getting left on the table, not just for us, but for them, because they're going to lose their points and all that stuff. Like, we don't want that for them either. So love on your team. This is something like you can do every single day so that at the end of the month, you're not like trying to do everything at once and it's cray cray, because we already know month end is like bananas. Like, so let's just make it not as stressful by checking on these things as often as possible. About to go inactives. You could send them a cute little picture of like a bottle of orange oil and be like, oh, friggin', I forget the term now. Oh, shoot. I'll think of it and I'll post it underneath, but there's like a cute little, like, don't go inactive. Orange, you glad you didn't go inactive, or orange, you glad. Anyways, I'll post it. It's really cute. Make it fun. Make it funny. It doesn't have to be serious. And then they're like, oh, I didn't know I was about to lose like all this. Yeah, I'll place a little order. 50 PV. All of that adds up. So dig, dig, dig. New members with 0 PV. You guys, this hurts my soul inside when I see this, because if you sign somebody up and their first month, they do not get that starter kit, you no longer get a bonus off of them. You don't get that bonus anymore. So don't just sign people up to sign people up thinking like, oh, then they're on my team, then I have them. Like, wait for it to be done right. So you max out that compensation plan, okay? So when I see people sitting there and they don't have that order and they're a new member, like, you got to get them started right their first month, because what you do is going to duplicate all throughout your business. So if you're signing people up and they're not getting that monthly order in their first month, they're going to do that. They're going to sign up people and then it's just no PV, nothing's happening, okay? So check for that as well. Yeah, looking for people who are close to promo tiers. Sometimes we can sneak these kinds of things into like diamond support and we can really help like raise up our volume that way too. Like I'm telling you, there is so much sitting in that virtual office. You have to get familiar with it. Spend 20 minutes every morning if you have to, like just digging around and looking through things, like have your coffee and just make it a part of your everyday routine. I promise you it's going to pay off huge for your business. Another thing I love to do is I love looking at the qualification tabs. Have you looked at the qualification tab in your virtual office yet? And it's one thing to look at your own, but go through and look at your team. Like, how close are they to getting those ranks? You can really encourage people when you have the information in front of you. So really, really do that. So we grew by that. And then we were still 3,000 PV away on, we had 24 hours to go. We were 3,000 PV away. And I was like, I can't let this go so close. There's no way, Lisa. And we were like brainstorming, and then progestins rained from the skies because God is good. We had progestins had been out of stock for a year, and it came back to the States, and we were able to do a huge order of progestins, and we sold exactly the amount we needed to hit gold. So get clear. Don't give up just because it seems like you still have a big jump. You can make magic happen when you believe in yourself, okay? And when you declare it, what you want and what you're going for. So I don't share to be like, look at me, I did it, I got gold. I share so that you all know that you have that same power. You guys have that same power. And if you ever feel like, I don't know what to do next, like reach up. Okay, so there's that too. So those are my tips today. We started very red pants today, but it's because I love you all. There's gonna be some yellow in here too, I promise. It's gonna be lots of hugs and mwah. Okay. Up next, we have Charisse on the call, and she just hit silver. So if anyone knows like what, you know, running for goals, this girl just like crushed it. So I am so excited to hear from her today. Hi, Charisse.
Hi, Glow. All right, thanks. Yes, I just hit silver. So that's pretty exciting. I've been with the company for about 2 years, 2 years in August. And I knew like when I was running for silver last month, I was like, I don't know how it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. And like, I told everybody, I'm like, I'm silver this month. Like it's happening. And it was much the same as like Glow was talking. I just felt it so deeply. And I knew that I was going to be that. The month before running for silver, this book came into my life. Everybody had talked about it, and it really lit a fire under my butt. because it talks about things like what do you want to be and do and have. And in order to have those things or do those things, who do you have to become? And that for me was huge. When I started thinking of like who I wanted to be as a silver leader, as a gold leader, as a platinum leader, I was like, I need to start showing up as this. And so every day I woke up in the morning and I was like, I need to show up as this person. I need to become this leader, because if I'm not this leader, that like you don't just fall into it. You have to become it first, and then you continue to step forward. So by the time I hit silver, I was like, this is weird, because I'm like, you expect it to be some big thing, but it's really not. Like all your skills and who you are already the same thing, and then the title comes along with it. So the one thing that I want to say is like getting really clear on the kind of energy and stuff that you want on your team, and look for those people. Like you're attracting those people, know that they're coming to you, but that's also making sure that you're that person that can attract those people, because their vibe attracts your tribe, right? This business, it can work for anybody, but it's not going to work for you if you don't work for it. So show up, be consistent, no excuses, no bullshit, just keep showing up and doing the things. And I swore, sorry. I think that's it.
Hi, Lisa, do you want to introduce the next speaker? Yeah, I'll let you do that.
Flow. Okay, up next we have Dora, right? Or Mel? Dora. Okay, Dora, you are up next, and I just wanted to introduce you because Dora has been on my team. She was actually the first person I ever enrolled. She was one of those people that came to my class, and she was the only person that showed up. And here she is today. We have been on this growth journey together right from the beginning. So I'm really excited to introduce you to her. She is running for gold right now, and I could not be more excited for her and all of the tips and wisdom she has to share with you. So please welcome Dora.
Okay, making me a little teary-eyed there, Lisa. I don't usually go on these, so this is out of my comfort zone. Yes, I have been with Young Living for, 6 years now. I am an esthetician by trade. I was very used to working alone, so being in a team environment has been new for me. I've had to embrace it over the last 3 years, because I started doing the business full time 3 years ago. I told Lisa I wasn't doing the business at the beginning. I was just going to sell retail in my spa. And Lisa was like, okay. And then things shifted. I had, my first son and then my second son. And I started to figure out what the business was all about. Some people, it takes them a while to figure it out. But once you figure it out, there's nothing better. You have the freedom and the flexibility. I feel like this year has been a huge transformation for me. Try not to cry. What the heck? Just of things that I have, you get aha moments all the time. And I always have been huge on personal development, and Young Living is huge for growing and learning, as long as you don't give up, because I've been through a separation throughout since I decided to do the business. I left my boy's father and decided to do the business full time. And so I have been pushing through that, sorry, take a breath. Pushing through that this whole time. So I am here to tell you that no matter how many obstacles are in your way, just don't give up, because it does get better. And some things that I have figured out that has really helped the business grow and shifted is, really embracing self-worth, because to me, leadership was very intimidating. And so I just shifted my mindset to being an inspirational person, because I know how amazing it is if somebody just messages you something positive. It totally lifts your spirit, and it just motivates you and gets you, your mind off whatever is going on in your life. So I found that this year, in embracing Zoom, I can never use Zoom like I used to, and I wish I would have back in the day, because it has just been so great. COVID, thank you, I guess, it's kind of a blessing in a way, to embrace Zoom, and just really embracing the team, like really reaching out to everybody and interacting more with people, and just not getting caught up in stinking thinking. Because when you're an entrepreneur, things happen to you, life throws you curveballs, and it's easy to get caught up in that. So audiobooks have been my savior for that. It just really shifts your mindset, and you forget about all the other stuff that's going on. It just keeps you on track. And what we've been doing is we've been doing a lot of Zoom classes, and we're taking turns talking about different products. So we'll talk about 3 products each, and that's been really great, and just consistent. We sound like a broken record, but it's true. I find that if I am doing consistent classes, my business is booming. And then when you fall off that wagon, the business slows down. And there's days that, you just don't feel like doing a class. You don't feel like doing Zoom. But if you push yourself to do that, you feel, I'm always so glad myself. I think I could speak for most people, that you're glad you did it, because you forget about everything that's going on in your life. And I find it very therapeutic, actually. The business is very therapeutic. The community is amazing. Everybody is so uplifting. There's no competition. I just can't say enough about it. Let's see, what else was I I have my notes here, so don't mind me. And you guys, catching these Zoom classes, these Zoom calls live is so huge, especially at the beginning of the week, because it motivates you. And I find that the likelihood of catching a replay, you get distracted, and then that kind of goes on the back burner and you forget about it. And what else? And accept help. When I first started the business, I thought I had to do everything myself, and I had to be this leader, right? But accept help. When your leaders want to help you, embrace it, because we can't do this alone. It really does take a team. Like Lo said, the teamwork makes the dream work, and it's so true. What else? Oh, and don't compare yourself to others. We sound like a broken record. We say this all the time. I think it's great to look at other people and cheer them on and think, wow, they're doing a great job, and see what they're doing successful, and implement that into your business in a way that suits your personality, because we're not all the same. And that's a good thing, because it would be pretty boring if we were. So really, you look at everybody's gifts and work together and see who can, you can delegate who does this better than that person, and really mesh together. Okay, and so I think I'm running out of time here. I just want to say that, life happens, it throws curveballs, be adaptable, continue growing, learning, never give up. Never give up. This is an amazing, amazing business, and it's an amazing lifestyle, and you get to meet so many amazing friends, and friends become family, right? And lastly, I want to say, people's opinions don't pay your bills. Thank you.
That was amazing. That was so good. You need to get on more of these. You made me cry. Oh my gosh, all the yes to that. That was so inspiring. Thank you. Oh, that was so good. Up next, we have Laurence, and she just hit silver and is like hop, skip, and jump into gold. This girl is on fire, and I am so excited to hear her tips today as well. This has already been such an amazing call, you guys. We got lots more coming for you too. Hi, Laurence.
Hi guys, thank you so much for having me. Yes, we hit silver as a team in April, which has been, it's been amazing and crazy, and I'm so excited. I want to share with you guys some of the things that we did as a team, and I really say we because it is a really like a team thing, and right from the beginning, Laura really taught that, really ingrained that in me, that this is something, it's not I, it's a we. And I think as soon as you make it a we, it just makes it a lot less pressure on your own shoulders as well. I'm going to be a bit red pants too, but I want you guys to know that I'm going to give you a hug first, and then I'm going to get a little bit red pants here. I'm going to ask you guys this one question, and this is super important. How bad do you want it? Are you committed to that goal? That is an important thing to ask yourself before even being like, what do I need to do? What are the steps? It's like, wait a minute. Do I actually want this? Am I just like, oh, I'm running for this? Or are you committed? Do you want it? And for real, have you made that decision in your head? Because if you had and you truly set your mind to it, you are going to do what it needs to take to get there. Like you're going to do whatever you need to do to get there, right? And so if you know and you're excited and you're like, I'm doing this, and you've committed to it, you're going to take the steps towards it. You're going to do everything you can. And if you don't hit it, it's okay, because you did everything you could and you helped everybody, and that is such an important part of this. Like the first thing is, in your head, there needs to be a click that you're doing this for real. The second thing is, do you believe you can? Do you actually believe that you can do this? If you don't, that's okay, guys. That happens. Like I was running for silver, and halfway through the month, I was like crying to my husband, like, this is not gonna happen. And oh my God, he was like, okay, write down the reasons why it's not gonna happen. Like literally write down, what are your blocks? What is blocking you from believing in yourself, and work through those. Don't just be like, I can't do it. First of all, you need to like be like, okay, what are my blocks? And then what you can control, then do something about it. What you can't control, let go. Let go and believe. So break it. I'm a very logical person. So I break it down. What I can control is on one side, and make a to-do list to figure it out. The other side that I can't control, I go to Laura and I'm like, Laura, what do I do? She's like, can you control it? No? Okay. Then let's just freaking believe. Write it down and like literally tell everybody, like Cherie said, tell everybody that you're running for that goal. And don't be like, I'm not going to tell people in case I don't get it. No, tell everybody, because you're going to attract that momentum. Tell your team, get them excited, right? So that's the first part. The second thing I want to say is break down your goal. So how much OGV are you missing? In which legs? Who are you excited to help them get to their goals? You need to be super intentional and be like, hey, connect with all of your people. What's your goal this month? You know, even if they're not building intentionally, it doesn't matter. You can connect with them and be like, aren't you excited about getting your products paid for this month? Like you only need 2 people and that's what's going to happen. So you really want to dig in and talk to your people, connect with them, and get them to tell you their goals. Once you know other people's goals, you know where to focus your energy, you know what you're missing, and you also know how many people you need to personally sign up and who else you can help, right? So really being intentional about that. And for example, for me, hitting silver meant that I need to get my husband to executive. I needed to get Megan to senior star. I needed to get Emma to executive. So these are all things that are exciting. So get people to run with you. Tell them. And as soon as you know that people are running with you, whether they're in your team or in another team, then you're like, oh, how are you doing? Okay, what's up? How's this going, right? And you're really kind of getting pumped. And then the last thing I want to talk about is consistency and being intentional. So I talked about being intentional a little bit already, but your consistency is everything. So every day when you wake up, it's not just like, okay, well, I'm going to spend an hour, if you have an hour, I'm going to spend an hour doing whatever I usually do. No, I'm going to make a list and know where to focus my energy. I'm going to be super intentional about it depending on where I am in the month as well. So in the beginning of the month, the promos come out. You want to get everybody pumped about the promos. You want to really get it going. You want to make sure all the classes are booked. You want to get your people get their classes going, right? So the beginning of the month we know is always super exciting. And then in the middle of the month, sometimes there's a lull. when you're running for something, you never want there to be a lull. You don't want that lull. So what can you do to find a way to get your people pumped up? Whether it be like classes, you can incentivize, whatever you feel like doing to be able to get your people pumped. Because the more work we put before month end, the better it is, right? So really kind of finding ways to motivate your people. And that's really what this is, right? Especially when we're leaders, like we're trying to get other people pumped. And so motivation, energy, momentum, like those are all things that we need to focus on. And we're creating that momentum by showing up, by showing that example, because whatever we're showing is what other people are going to do. If we're not doing it, then why would they do it, right? So I think it's really living and showing up every day and praise people who are doing the things that they like. When you see somebody that's doing something that works and you're like, yes, I want everybody else to be doing that, give them all the love and praise them in front of everybody and be like, this is what we need. Look at this. Like, this is awesome. So I think that was huge for me. And then the other thing is I went live in the groups a lot in the group that we have. I went live and got people pumped. And I think that actually really helped, giving them like little tips and tricks every little day, even if it's just like 1 minute. And I guess some of the last things that I wrote down on here were, who can you reach out to, and who can you reach out to and be like, who do you want to share with? Like, who do you have that you can invite to a class? You have to be really intentional and teach your people to do that too, right? And actually, it takes time, but you have to reach out to each one of those people, and that's how you're going to find people to get pumped, right? So I think that's all I have, but I guess the first part that I talked about really is one of the most important parts for me, was that belief and that commitment and that decision that, yeah, it's going to happen. Like Cherise said, she knew it was going to happen. She didn't know how, but she first knew and then she figured out how, right? So thank you for having me.
Rocked it. Like, thank you, Laurence. That's so good. I love your energy. You're amazing. So someone who just hit silver, Laurence, and someone who's running for silver right now, Melanie Jansen, who also has incredible energy, and she's just going to tell you how it is. And we're excited to hear from you.
Hey everybody, I'm Melanie Jansen, and I've been with Young Living for 2 years now, and officially doing the business since last August. That's when I hit executive, was in August, did a lot of running, and it was pretty amazing, just that high of all of that, because I was with Lisa all day from like, I think about 9 o'clock in the morning, and we were still connected at 11 o'clock that night, just doing all the things to get there. And so now I am running for silver, and I'm like freaking out. And like they've all said, right, you got to say it. You got to say what you're doing, because oh my gosh, when you say it, it just brings like the power and energy, and like the universe is like, okay, this is what we're doing. We're going to make it happen. So that's one of the things I wanted to talk about today, is getting out of your comfort zone. We really like as human beings to stay within our comfort zone, right? Like just, it's comfy there and it's good and we're safe. But let me tell you, all the cool stuff happens outside of the comfort zone. You have to get out of there. So one thing that happened to me early this year was I was interacting with somebody about a kit, and she's like, no, I'm not ready. It sounds good. It's too expensive right now. And I'm like, okay. And then I seen a post that she made on Facebook, and her mom was sick. And I know her mom, and I messaged her, and I'm like, hey, look, like these oils I know will help your mom. So how about I bring you out one? I'm going to bring you a kit. And I'm like, what's your address? And seriously, this so took me out of my comfort zone, because I was in my car. I had no address. She told me, she's like, okay, well, maybe. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, and I had to drive an hour to get to her house. And the whole time I wanted to throw up. I'm like, I should just turn around. I should just forget it. Like, I don't want to push her. Like, am I being too pushy? Like, this is crazy. I'm driving to her house and she hasn't given me her address. Maybe she doesn't want it. Maybe she's just not going to tell me. And all the things, right? All that stinking thinking just started going in. And I'm just like, just keep driving, just keep driving, just keep driving. And so finally she like messages me her address. I'm like, okay, at least I know where I'm going. And so I'm driving, and I'm like, now I just got to hope she opens the door for me. And so I got to her house, and I was so scared. I was shaking. I was uncomfortable. I was scared. I wanted to just go back home. Was like, just it unfolded in front of my eyes, and I'm like, I showed her how to put the oils on her mom, and she messaged me. She's like, my mom feels better like in 2 days. Her mom had a lung infection and she couldn't get off the couch, and like that helped. And then Josie was, I really love this girl, and she has 3 little ones, and she's making things work on her own with her family support. And I was like, you know what, Josie? I said, I have a member, like a new member, and I'm going to place her under you. Because if any of you have been on these calls before, we have been taught that where you place somebody can light a fire. So what happened was, when I put this person under Josie, she's like, oh my gosh, I have a new member. And I'm like, yeah, and that means you are one person away from getting the level up promos. And she's like, are you kidding me? And I was like, no, I'm not. I have a runner and I have a business builder, and Josie is watching, so she knows how proud I am of her. And so this is kind of why you have to find your why as well, because my why is to help others create a life that they thought they could only dream about. And watching what is happening to Josie is like fulfilling my why. And that is why I drove. You drive, you do the things. And it's like such a huge confidence booster, because when you see what can happen when you get out of your comfort zone, you're like, oh my gosh, I want to do that all the time. I want to see all the people, like all their dreams come true. And like, with some of my other team, like Raven, some of you know her, and like the amazing things that girl is doing and everything. So get out of your comfort zone. Just get out of your comfort zone. It's crazy why we even have it. Forget it. Just forget it. Just get out. It's where the fun happens. So do that. The other thing I wanted to talk about is like supporting your team. So I'm running for silver, and I have my business builders. And the thing is right, you've heard it here already. It takes a team. It takes a team, and you have to lead that team, because if they don't know where you're going, like you're kind of the captain of the ship. If I didn't tell them that I want to run for silver, like they're just going to still be just doing the things every day and whatever. But now that they know that we are running for silver, we are going to be a silver team. I started a Facebook messaging group with all of my business builders and my runners. Every day I check in with them, every single day, whether it's a message of here's the daily IPAs, because I have new builders, and you have to help them, because we have so much information coming at us all the time, especially when we're new. We're not sure what we should focus on. So just those reminders, hey, like reach out to 2 new people. How's it doing? When's your class? Have you invited to your class today? So you need to just kind of all that energy, and like, you know what? You have got to take that energy that you have within you, because when I wake up and I'm like, I'm freaking hitting silver, man, like we are doing this. And I have it, like I have it on my book, I have it on my phone, lock screen, like, so it's everywhere. So if I wake up and if I'm like, oh, what am I doing today? I open my phone, I'm like, we're hitting silver. That's what we're doing today. I get like so much excitement in me that I can't even contain it. And you have to pour that into your team. So I do it into my messenger, and I'm like, okay, you guys, here's what you do. And you just pump them up. And like, they're showing, I'm like, show me your guys's like, where show me your graph, or show me your rank, anything like that. I also share with them, because some days we all need a little help with motivation. Okay. So I let them know, like, some days are hard, some days are crappy. They are. Some days you wake up and you're just thinking, I can't do this. Like, I'm exhausted. I did this same thing for the last 15 days in a row. Like, why do I have to do it? You remind them, use the tools, turn up some music. Like Gloria said, get yourself some good pumping music. Like that is like important. You just need to do that. So you keep the energy going, because our new people are just learning what this is about, right? Like, I'm the one that is teaching them. And like Laurent said, how Laura taught her, this is a team. And that's what you do. You just teach your members that this is how it's done. And they are going to like duplicate this. And I love it because Josie, she's so funny. She's like, you guys all kind of talk the same. You say all the things and like amazing. And it's so funny because she's like, Gloria says it and Lisa says it, Dora says it. And she's like, you say it, Mel. And I'm like, yay, I am in. And then I caught Josie saying it. She's like, that's so amazing. Let's do all the things. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, you're doing something right when they're talking like all our diamonds, right? We're all talking diamond language here. So, yeah. So I just really, like, you just got to keep that energy going, right? Like, just connect with your members when you're running for a goal and a rank, and let them know, like, where you're at. Like, it's crazy because some of you have seen my posts I put on Diamonds Rising that our team had just hit like 100 members at the beginning of the month. And like, we have 6 new members. And I'm like, you guys are on fire. Like, we have 6 new members and we're getting more people. And this is where we need to go, and helping them focus, right? Like, on their team. Where do we place this one? I am here no matter what. Josie and Elizabeth are so on fire. Those girls do classes back to back, and like from 5 till 9, we do like if one of your members says, hey, do you have time to do a Zoom? I have somebody interested. Can you do a Zoom? And it's like 9:30 at night. You don't say no, let's book it tomorrow. You say, yeah, here's the link. Let's get on it. So you just got to do the things. Just do all the things. Okay, I need to stop talking. I'm just way too excited over here.
You are amazing. Oh, amazing. See? All the things. It's so true. See? We rub off on one another. I like it. Oh my gosh, this call has been so good. We have to send this to all of the people who did not make it on this call. Okay, that is your homework, because it's going to light a fire. Like I said, it's all about lighting that fire. All right, up next we have Chelsea, and I am so excited. This is her very first call, and this girl has just like, boom, all of a sudden she's like taking off. Her business is doing amazing, and I'm just so excited to hear from you today. Hi.
Hi, can you hear me? Yeah, this is my first call. Okay, so I'm pretty excited. I am Senior Star running for executive, and I'm doing that this month, I hope. And yeah, what I've been doing is I've been using the products for almost 2 years. I think I started right around when Sharice did, and then she kept going and I kind of stopped, and I had all the excuses, and I just, got pregnant and I felt like I couldn't do it, and I didn't decide to go, and now I've decided to go, so I'm super excited. And what I've been doing is, I don't know, I've just been like reaching out to people on social media, and I'm not a huge social media person to begin with, but what I've been doing is beefing up like my following, and I'm following a whole bunch of Young Living members from like all internationally, and just kind of taking like little tips and tricks and getting pumped and like really making my newsfeed really positive instead of, like, I don't know, my newsfeed hasn't been super positive. So I'm really focusing my energy to like with like-minded people, and it's been like really awesome. I'm just like not stealing things, but kind of borrowing ideas and just getting people interested. And that's actually how I've gotten all my signups lately, is I'm not bugging my friends. I'm not really like, I always felt a little bit weird just, hey, I've got this thing, it's pretty exciting. And they're like, yeah, okay, whatever, Chelsea, like, I'm not interested. But now they're the ones coming to me because they're seeing like my live unboxing, and they're seeing like my son who's 4, like really excited and into the products. And they're like, wait, I need non-toxic products for my kids too. Like, how do I sign up? How do I get into it? So that's how I've gotten all my signups lately. I've also, again, on social media, been trying to be more connected, like liking my friends' business pages or their photos of their kids, and like making a little comment here and there. And that has also opened up the conversation between people. And then they felt more comfortable coming to me and asking me oh, hey, by the way, I saw your unboxing video. What was that thing you talked about? And it's just, I think I'm going to do those every month and just roll with that, because it's kind of, it's fun, and it gets me excited, and it gets my friends into it too, which I love so much. I also, the other thing I've been doing is I really mapped out like how I'm going to get to executive this month. I wrote it down. I asked my upline, I asked Charisse all the questions. I'm like, hey, wait, I need to understand this better, because I need to be able to tell my people that are below me how to do this business as well. Like, I fully need to understand this and not be confused. This is how I'm going to get the silver bound bonus. This is how I'm going to get to executive. And so, yeah, I've just been getting clarity in that and through my upline. And that's one thing that I would recommend, is you always like ask the questions. Don't feel like you're alone, because like everybody said, you are a team. And I feel like I've got a really amazing team and a really great support system. So that's what's getting me pumped up, excited, and motivated. And that's what's going to help me crush this month's goal. And that's basically it. That's it.
Oh my goodness, I love that. So good. Good job. We are definitely going to have you on more of these now. You're like, yay. This call has been so amazing. So many good tips. Who caught at the beginning when she said, I hope so? Did anyone else hear that? So when you are setting a goal, there are words I do not want you to use, okay? Because our words have power, you guys. So we don't want to say words like hope, wish, want, because it means that it might not happen. Okay, so it's like giving that, like, it may not happen. You got to own it. And she's going to hit it. I know you are. You're amazing. And like Laurent said, you know what? Even if we don't, we grew, our teams grew, everyone's happy, and it's amazing, right? So I love you so much. I had to call you out on it. You're a rock star. And seriously, I love your story too, because there are so many people that they come into this, they have the vision, and then, you know, life happens and the excuses happen and they fall away. And I think a lot of people are like afraid to maybe step back into it or come back because they've fallen away. But like, you just give them that light. You give them that beacon of like, look at you rocking it now, heading to executive, kicking butt. People are signing up left, right, and center under you. So like anyone watching this that has maybe fallen kind of to the back, like, come back. We love you. We want this for you too. So good. Oh my gosh, this call. So amazing. Okay, up next we have Laura, the lovely Laura. She is a silver running for gold. Like, amazing. So I'm so excited to hear your tips today. Hi.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, I'm Laura. I'm silver, and we are running for gold. I am gold July 29th, 2020. So that is how specific you need to be with your statements. Like, they cannot be, I cannot say I am gold July 29th, because who knows what's up there. Maybe it's July 29th, 2025, and I don't want that. I want July 2020. Oh my gosh. So yeah, be super specific with that statement. And like Lo said, no, I hope, I want, I am that rank. I am, and we are, because the biggest thing about this too, and Glow is so amazing doing this. Like, I feel like we are all a part of her hitting diamond. Like, her hitting this is a win for all of us. It is a team business. It's a team sport, 100%. So letting your team in on the vision is huge. Don't be running for gold by yourself, because I don't know if anyone could hit gold by themselves. Like, it is because of our team. So let them know what we are running for as a team. Laurent's hit on this. It's so, so, so vital. And then something that actually Lisa spoke into me that really is so important is visualizing. You have to visualize that moment when you hit that rank. You have to know what that feels ages before you hit it. What is it going to feel like when you see that little symbol switch to whatever you're going for? Is that S coming up for silver? Is that G coming up for gold? What is it going to feel like in your chest, in your body? Who's the first person you're calling? Who's on the phone with you while you're putting through that final member to hit that goal? Like, visualize it so strongly that it's like, it's in you. And I think I just powered through my point so quick. Yeah, those are the main things I had. But yeah, bring your teams in on it, visualize it, and be so specific. And also with the being specific with your statements, I also, in my like morning gratitudes, I write what gold feels like to me. Like, I'm so grateful I'm gold because I get this, because I get this. And again, it's in the present. It's not like because I'm going to go here. It's because this is what it is the main thing. I am, two most powerful words in the English language, and I crushed that out in a short period of time.
Oh my gosh, you're amazing. I was like, okay, everyone, we got to be time sensitive. So she's like, I'm setting a timer. Boom. I love it. No, look at that. We're like right on time. You're perfect. Oh my gosh, so good. Okay, up next, we have the lovely Lisa Blackstock. And I just want to say before she hops on, I just want you guys to all think about this for a minute. If this girl didn't say yes to the opportunity, none of us would be here today. Is that not like blow your mind crazy? If one person doesn't share, so think about when you share with somebody, if you stepped away and didn't share, what you would like could be keeping from somebody, because this life, like how many of us are freaking grateful that this is in our lives? And Lisa started when nobody was doing it. So she was the lone nut. So we're so grateful for you, our diamond leader. So excited to hear from you today.
Oh, that's so sweet. Bringing, like, you guys, listening to all of you just like makes my heart so full, and it brings up so many memories, and so it triggers so many feelings, because you're all walking where I was, and it's just so cool to just have so many, I don't know, this is just like the best gift ever, is this community. And like Go says, like, I was walking this alone. I felt like I was crazy, and people make you feel crazy for doing this in the beginning, but if you keep going, they quiet down. So just keep going. So yeah. So I have some things to talk to you about. I'm going to talk to you about incentives and utilizing what's in front of you. So when you're running for a rank, you need to use all the things, right? Because we have big goals. We want to be running. We want our people to be excited. So how do you do that? How you do that is you utilize what Young Living is offering you. For a very long time now, you probably have noticed, like in prior years, that I was doing a lot of incentives, and I have backed away from that, because it's really important for people, for it to be simple, for it to be clear, for it to be concise, for it to be like focused, right? So when we have this team leader is doing this incentive and this team leader is doing this incentive, everyone gets confused and overwhelmed. And so I started to notice that in my team, and they feel like they need to duplicate that. I don't want you to feel like you need to do that. So what I want you to know, what you have to do is utilize what Young Living gives us. So what do they give us? They give us an incentive in the beginning of the month. Place your order from the 1st to the 3rd. So what are you going to do? Are you going to tag all your people and be like, I'm so excited? That's great. But connecting personally is way more important than tagging somebody in the post. So it's fine if you've messaged them and now you're tagging them and you're like, here's the post that I was telling you about, that I was talking to you about. That's great. But you need to connect with your people consistently, and this is a way to do that. So when Young Living, in the beginning, I was like, okay, I feel like I'm kind of pushing this Young Living a little bit too much. Where is the balance in this? So it's relationship, relationship, relationship. And then guess what Young Living just announced? Or guess what the incentives are this month? Or guess what, like, the promos are this month? So it is a way to come across where you are bringing value to your team, but it isn't you doing it. It's Young Living is doing it. So that comes across like you are bringing value. You are not being salesy, you are bringing value. So when you personally message them, they're like, oh my gosh, I love how Lisa takes care of me. I love how she's looking out for me. And that gets them really excited. So that consistency that you're doing that is amazing. If you are like, we have this leadership thing happening, if you're messaging them about that, they're like super excited, right? Because this is coming from the top. This isn't coming directly from you. Sometimes that's even more valuable to your team than if I say, hey, guess what? I'm going to give you a $10 credit if you do this, this, or this. They're like, oh, well, that kind of feels like a bit of pressure. But if it comes from your upline, then they're like, oh, wow, I better get on this. This is exciting. Da, 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 da. Thank you, Lisa, for letting us know, right? So there's a little tip for you. So incentives, utilizing them. What else does Young Living do? So what if everyone earned those 8 oils that they're giving out this month? What if everyone on your team enrolled 2 people? So are you messaging every single person on your team to say, you know what? Young Living's giving away 8 oils if you share with 2 people. Like, what about your mom and your best friend? So this is a vital thing that you can do to find duplication in your team. And it's not asking them to do the business. Like straight up, that will scare people sometimes, right? Do you want to do the business with me? And they're like, I am so busy. I don't have time for that. But if you say, you know what, look at these 8 oils. You can earn that if you just enroll 2 people, if you share with 2 people and get them started and get them like loving these oils like you do. You don't want to be the only crazy oily person, right? So share those things with them, because that is a tool that Young Living has gifted you. And it's not going to be here next month. So who knows what's happening next month, right? 8 oils is crazy. Like, what if you had 30 people on your team that enrolled 2 people? What does that do for duplication in your team? Now all of a sudden, 30 people have a paycheck. Now all of a sudden, 30 people have 8 oils in their pocket. They're falling in love with Young Living. They're super excited. It is super valuable to you to promote this incentive. Right? So valuable. So if you aren't doing that in your part-time, you better be doing it now. Red pants happening right now. And what if everyone on your team went for silver bound? Wherever they're at, are you digging into your team? Like, where is the next place that they're going to be for this month? Are they going for star? Have you told them that they can earn $64.50 by enrolling one person, and helping those 2 people enroll 1 person? Are you showing them that structure? Are you doing that for your people? Like, oh my gosh, your team is going to be massive if you start doing this. So are they going for senior star? Showing them the structure. What does it take to get to senior star and get that bonus? That's an extra over $300 in somebody's pocket. Do they know? Right? So they're an amazing silver bound bonus. Like there's a timeline, right? So you have this many months to get the star bonus. You have this many months to get the silver star bonus. Senior star bonus. Oh my God, I always do that. Silver star. Senior star bonus. I'm talking too fast, but so those things are here to help you. And like this just started in April. This is still super exciting to a lot of people. They might not know what's available to them, especially when they're brand new. Like you are their teacher, you are their guide. So what if everyone on your team went from ordering 50 PV to 300 PV? What do you have to do that? You just have to educate them. You have to share with them. You have to find out what their goals are. What are their health goals? Like, what are they struggling with? So share with them like what Sulfurzyme has done for them or someone you know, and then they're gonna add that to their order. So their order is going up from 50 PV to 100 PV. Now they're getting that extra oil, right? So those things are gonna bump up your OGV. And if you do that consistently, you're gonna have a team that's ordering 300 PV or more. And for me, like I have a spouse account. I cannot just order 300 PV. My whole house is transformed. I have supplements. I have like everything, Ningxia Red, like everything. So like 300 PV wouldn't even cut it for me. So yeah, you need more diamonds on your team too. So that's another thing. But like the more money people are making, the more they're going to invest in their household, right? So just for example, if you have 10 people at 50 PV, that's of course math, 500 PV, right? So if you have 10 people at 300 PV, that's 3,000 OGV. So 500 versus 3,000, that's a huge difference. So when you help people fall in love with the products, they're going to be here forever because you cannot go back to regular laundry soap. You cannot go back to regular cleaner. Who can go back to those other brands of toothpaste after you've used the thieves? You cannot do that. So when you help people fall in love, you have a team that's growing, that's enthusiastic, that's passionate, that's sharing. Help your people fall in love. And hustle with your builders, okay? When someone's going for a goal, have you asked them what their goals are? So if it starts out as a health goal, that's great. Help them get there. Help them fall in love with the products. But if we're doing the business side of things, if they have a goal, hustle with them. Do the whole month with them. How is it going? 3 days later, what's up? How can I help you? Dig into their team. Look for the things that they may not see yet. So if you see somebody that's really close to getting the silver bound structure, announce it to them. Let them know, like, have you checked in with this person? You may not know this person yet, but you know the builder, right? So now you are coaching the person on how to coach their new members. So it's about training your people on a consistent basis so that they feel like they have you in their back pocket. You're training them, you're showing them the qualifications tab. There's so many people that I have talked to that don't know about the qualifications tab. Oh my gosh, you guys, utilize these virtual office tools. Go into the reports with them, walk them through it. This is going to happen over a long period of time. That's why those first 3 months you get paid a little extra more, right? Because we are training people. And if you are just keeping all this information to yourself, that's doing your team a disservice, right? This is all about duplication and getting people plugged in and knowing all the things. So utilizing those incentives, I think that was my main thing. I loved that in the beginning because I felt like how else can I like get this person excited? How else can I keep this person like long enough that they're falling in love with products that they're excited to share? So it's really just about sharing, like, did you know that you're going to get a $10 credit in the first to the third? Because every month that's like free shipping. Do that for your people. They're like, they will love that they know that. What if they're ordering on the 7th and you told them they can order on the 3rd and get a credit? Like, you're going to be their best friend now. So utilize those things so that your team is growing, so that they share that, so that they do that for their team. Everything you do or do not do, that's what duplicates. So if you aren't connecting consistently, they're not going to be connecting consistently. If you aren't showing up on social media, they're not going to be showing up on social media. So do those things for your people and they will show up just like you are. Be the leader that you want your people to be, okay? All right, that's my red pants for today. Thank you so much for this call. This was such a great call, and for sharing your hearts and your enthusiasm and your motivation. I'm so proud of you all. I'm so grateful.
I think this might be like our best one yet. I don't know, but so amazing, so grateful. I just wanted to leave you guys too with a little quote that I heard. Sorry, you can hear my toddler crying in the background, but this is real life, guys. I'm a mom, so that's what you get to hear. I just love this quote, and it's, keep your head in the clouds and your feet in the dirt. And so what that means is keep your vision so ridiculously big and in front of you. And like we talked about podcasts, all those things that are just going to keep it so massive that you just jump out of bed, but keep your feet in the dirt. Keep doing all these things with your team that you've heard on this call. Like, no matter how big you get, never stop making those small moves that got you to star, that got you to senior star, that got you to executive, that got you to silver, because it's all the same steps, you guys. It doesn't change. I'm still doing the same steps. Same steps, 101s, plugging people into Zooms, leveraging the promos, all the things you've heard, okay? So keep the vision big, but keep your feet planted firm. Okay, mwah, we love you all. Thank you so much for being here today. We appreciate your time. Thank you to all of the speakers. Yay!
So good. Love you all.